All right, I got the Lexus here, pulled into the garage. It's a rainy day, so I'm gonna try to stay dry. How's it going? Back in the garage. We're gonna do a tune-up on this thing, my first 2JZ, and so this is gonna be fun and interesting. We're gonna learn some stuff, maybe, probably. Well, let's see if I can still get a look at it. Wait here as the hood falls on me. Come on, you. Bum, bum, bum. 2JZ. Awesome. And there's the oil filter right there, nice and easily accessible. We're just gonna have to find the spark plugs next after that and change those out. And then the air filter box. So what do we got here? Oil. Air filter. Oil filter. Let's see. 6 NGK laser platinums. PCV valve. We got the 3 coil boots. So if you're wondering why I got Duralast coil boots, it's because they are $4 a piece compared to NGK's $35 a piece, which blew my damn mind. I don't know. I don't know if that was, I don't know if it's mislabeled, because it just shows a picture of one boot, says quantity package 1 for $35.99, and it just blew my mind. I was like, there's no way I'm paying, you know, $35.99 times 3 for those little pieces of rubber. But I did get the NGK slave wires, just because, you know, NGK, right? It's got to go on a Toyota. The customer prefers, you know, the better options when it makes sense. That does not make sense to go $35 a piece for that. So the wires are probably, they will be at the store later today. So I don't know if I'm going to get this finished today just because we're waiting on delivery, but this is what we're working on. Oil change, air filter, plugs and wires. Let's get started on that. But before we get started on that, I want to let you guys know we did get the transmission in for Mike's Honda Accord. Although, if you're wondering or thinking, gee, that looks pretty big, it's because it is. They sent me a giant transmission for an 05 to 06 Acura MDX, is what I'm guessing that is. It's just totally, we opened it up and looked at it, but it's definitely not the same as that. It's about twice as big as that Accord transmission there. So when I go into work tonight, I'm going to try to figure that out, see what happened. Maybe I typed in the VIN number wrong because the VIN number had to be typed in. Maybe they just misboxed it. Maybe there was just an error on there and some guy grabbed the wrong tranny and put it in the box. Who knows? But I'll try to figure that out tonight and hopefully get the right one in the morning. So let's take the top off of this thing. I just wanted to show you guys this real quick. I'm going to drop the oil first. But her oil is not clean. She's got a bunch of, I don't know, stain or buildup. I wiped most of it away first, but you see like the dark color there, how it just kind of wipes away. And it's all inside the engine here. She's probably going to want to make her oil changes a little more frequent. Having CVVT in there poses a problem with using, what am I trying to say? Using motor flushes. Let me show you inside here. I'll show you what I'm talking about, if you don't already know. If you look in here, you see the dark black spots, and then like it's paint, like it's almost like old paint on some metal, how it just flakes off. There's obvious patches missing. Now that's those flakes and fine pieces. If this thing has a screen around it, this is your variable valve timing solenoid. That has a screen around it, and it can get clogged up with those flakes, and then your variable valve timing doesn't work anymore. You can check engine lights, and yeah, but we're draining the oil now. Letting the last of it drop. See down there. We'll let that finish, and then I'll try to pull the filter off. Hopefully it won't make a mess since it is facing upright. In a way, upright-ish. And so hopefully that'll come off with just a couple rags underneath, to catch the dribbles. Okay, so she had just the 2 bolts here holding her cover on. I thought she was missing a couple bolts, but there's just nothing there. One lands here and one lands there, and there's no brackets, no studs, anything. So I guess she's not missing anything. And then so we got to remove this to get underneath, and the throttle body, from what I saw, to get to all of them. Should just be some connectors and hose clamps. Japanese writing, cool. Turn left and right several times. There's instructions on how to do timing belt. Just turn it left and right. So now we can see everything clearly. All of our spark plugs, 1, 2, just disintegrated. It's like 3, 4, and 5, 6 back there. Alright, I got the oil filter back on and the oil drain plug back in. I'm gonna take this guy, this adapter, whatever this is called. As it's sitting right over one of the plugs. Hopefully, it looks like we gain another 3/4 of an inch clearance. Hopefully that should be enough. Yeah, there's that adapter. These edges are really chewed up. I might take some sandpaper to those just to chamfer those a little bit, get a little cleaner airflow. Okay. See, there's a bunch of junk in there, a bunch of oil down inside. Yeah, I can see oil pooling in all of them. Well, at least these first 4. I can't, it's tall enough to reach right there, but look at all the crap back there too. So yeah, so we got a pretty serious oil leak. Or, yeah, we got oil leak, I'm sure is what it is. There's no other way. So it's got to just be leaking from the valve cover here on both sides, probably both sides. I saw some fresh oil sitting right up on top of that guy on that spot there. But I've got it all cleaned out for the most part, wiped it down, sprayed it with some brake clean, and my kids are screaming, so I'm gonna go see what that's about. Alright, so those are all nice and clean down in there now. You can see shiny metal. Nothing's gonna fall in the cylinders. I got this whole valley just spotless, almost, not spotless, but debris-less, we'll say. So let's get those out and see what they look like. We'll lay them on the ground here next to the coils, see what they look like. And here's the plugs. You can see they're probably due. None of them were, I don't know, they're all looking kind of bad. Some of them look a little better better than others. But they were denso iridiums. You can see it's been cooking oil on the spark plugs for a while. And that one were the worst ones, the dirtiest anyway. And we'll get some new ones in there. But I can't just put it back in there knowing it's got a serious leak. So we're gonna change the valve cover gaskets while I've got it this far apart. It's just another, what, like 27 bucks or so, 30 bucks depending on if you go Molly or Felpro. I'm gonna get whatever comes fastest, but it won't come until tomorrow morning. So the skies have cleared, sorta. They were clear, and it was sunny for a little bit, for a minute. Oh, there's some sun coming back again, but it doesn't look like it's gonna last long. So in the meantime, I'll take these covers off and got to figure out how to get this back in the truck. Yay, it worked. Well, good morning, guys. It's the next morning. I got my parts, my NGK wires, and I've got the valve cover gaskets. Let's see, let's pull these out and take a look here. They got some extra heat shielding on them. Those are pretty cool looking. It took a little time to clean out more of the caked on stuff that was down in here. You can see now they're looking a lot better. Screwdriver. I mean, they were gross. So let's get the new plugs back in real quick. Okay, so I want to just point out something here. I'm about to throw these in, and I had the anti-seize busted out. I was going to throw those all over it. But see how it's kind of rainbowy? I don't know if you can see it well in the camera or not. I'm going to get the camera to shine off of it more. But it's a zinc coating. A gold, I don't know if it's the same as like it looks kind of goldish almost at certain lights. I think it's called a gold iridite, but it's a coating that they put on there so they don't stick in the threads. You don't have to use anti-seize. Also, I want to point out these are the double platinums. There's a part number there. and double platinum. See that on both ends, and you can see this, you might see it there, it has a nub on the underside of that ground electrode. There it is. Double platinum. Oh, and yeah, you can totally see that rainbowy coating. It's a gold zinc or gold iridite. I like technology and I like believing in technology, so we're gonna try it. Spark plug gap. Shouldn't have to adjust these at all. And you gotta be super gentle if you are gonna check them, because you might rub off that coating. But I'm just going to gently see where we're at. We're at about 42-ish. So I'm just gonna make sure that they're all the same. Uh-oh, calendar's falling down. It's a little windy out here. Alright, so you want to see something funny? I don't know if you guys heard the sound of keys falling a second ago, but I had some keys hanging up here on the hooks above the calendar. Right. And the door was just open just now, and the wind was blowing pretty hard through here, and it was blowing the calendar off the hook. And it knocked the keys off the hook, and I'm looking, you know, where did they land? I don't see them. And then I see these drops of oil splashed over there, and a little bit splashed up right there. So I wonder, how bad is my luck? Where the hell did that just come from? But there's the keys. Freshly lubed. Oh, I almost thought it through. I just didn't get a napkin. Alright, no. Hopefully I don't forget about my keys in the trash. Alright, back to it. Alright, so Autozone says 13 foot-pounds, which is 167 inch-pounds, I believe. And I got the foot-pound wrench, but all the way down at 12, I don't even think it goes that low. I don't think the numbers start until 40. Maybe if I had a nice one, digital or something. And I heard it's best to use, you know, try to be in the middle of your range or as close as you can. So I think the inch-pound wrench is going to work better for me. these valve covers are in really bad shape. This end in particular, you see all the buildup. Wow, okay, so it started hailing. All right, valve covers are cleaned up for the most part, and they're a whole lot better than they used to be. So it'll keep the oil cleaner a little longer, and then yeah, we'll throw some marble mystery oil or something in there periodically to try to clean it up the rest of the way. But these guys are done. I'm gonna throw the blue. Let's see here. Now this Felpro kit came with 3 for some reason. See if we can figure out why. Alright, so those are on. The third one is similar to this, which one is that? Driver side one, or passenger side one over here? Except it's got these on the other side. Is the only difference. I guess it's just cheaper for them to include that than making 2 different part numbers. But I think the rain's let up enough, maybe. No, it's still pouring. I need to be able to open the hood to throw those on without getting everything inside wet. I got the new wires and boots attached to the coils. I'm gonna slap them in now. I've got the valve covers tightened down, torqued down to 13, just like the the valve covers were 8. These bolts here were anywhere from 6 to 8 foot-pounds. I tightened them to about 97, I think it was, somewhere around there. Inch-pounds for the valve covers, and 157 for those. And it's going to be the same for those when I put that on, but right now we're going to slap the coils in. Alright, plugs and coils are in. Let's get that throttle body on there. First we got to put that spacer back on. Just like that. And I'll keep those wires tucked out of the way. But we're about ready to finish this up. Well, I got everything put back together. We just have the PCV valve there to hook up. I gotta see if that's in stock, and we'll put that in. I got the oil in it. The oil level is perfect. Air filter. I guess we could do the air filter. Mikey, hold that. See how we get this box off. Cool.
Nice.
Nice. Oh, look at that. That's so bad. Dang. I bet this thing was running
old.
Like what? What is it? Lean. I don't know. I think it's lean. Yeah. When you got fogged air intake, it tells the computer to cut back on the fuel.
Some critters in there too.
Hmm?
Got some critters in there.
Critters. Ew.
Dead bee.
Oh. Oh, I see. Cool. All right. The battery is charging because it died overnight. I guess it's because I left it out of gear. So it's charging over there, and then I'm gonna go see if the PCV valve is in stock real quick, and go run and get that. Alright guys, we're just about to button it up. I just got off work and I just got the valve cover grommet there, or the PCV grommet. See that there? Brand new rubber, brand new PCV valve. Last thing I want to do is clean off this mass airflow sensor. And you look inside there, it's black. That looks like a match, that match head. That thing is black. It's covered in dirt. And if we look at this side, it's got like an amberish color here to it. But you want it clean. So let's try to clean it real quick. Alright. Clean as a whistle. It's all dry. O-ring is still tight, so that's good. Just button it up here. I'm gonna need 2 hands. These screws are small. Okay. It's time for the first start. Now the battery was dead and I had it on the charger while I was at work. It looks like we got power at least. Let's see, I hope. We're probably gonna have a check engine light because I turned it on earlier to pull it out of park and I had all the sensors unplugged. What is that light? It says brake. That's no big deal. Oh man, it's purring like a kitten. Two JZ engine tune-up. Done. In the bag. That's going to be it. I'm going to call Savannah, tell her it's ready. And come pick it up. She's going to be happy. It's going to be great. And maybe she'll bring it back for intake and exhaust system. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.